Hello everyone, this is Ben Ray from Xerion Software. I wanted to put together a quick video to show how iFormBuilder is being used in the healthcare space. So just to kind of put this in context, this is essentially a patient visit form that I'm going to show. So it's kind of like when you go into the doctor for your annual checkup, and then the secretary hands you a form kind of to fill out, and then from there you conduct the rest of your visit. So I'm just going to run through kind of how this process works. So there's one main form called the patient visit form. And what actually happens here is once we open up the form on the left-hand side on my iPad, you'll see that it says on the day of, the hospital name that we're at, and then you're actually, if you're the secretary, you're going to kind of hand this to the patient who comes in the door, right? So at this point, the patient's going to enter their information. They can either scan a driver's license or key in their details. So I'm just going to scan my driver's license here just to save a little bit of time. So I scan that. We're going to see it's going to put in all my details here. Now, one thing we may want to do, and I'm just going to show for demo purposes, I'll make my age underneath to be 17 years old, just so we have to have two signatures here at the bottom. But then I'm going to put in my phone number in here, so I'll just enter a dummy number and a social security number here. Again, this is actually an encrypted field that we store on the database side of things. So again, we can hide and not show this field here as well. So from here, what we're going to do is open up this disclosure form. And essentially, it's going to show who is disclosing this information, right? So you're going to enter some dummy details here of who's disclosing it. Again, their street address, the city, and then the state in which they reside. So again, pretty straightforward there. You can capture one-to-many pieces of information on this disclosure. This authorization applies to the following types of information. So you want to say all records. It depends on what you choose here. You could say all records and maybe another field. If it is other, then we can type in the thing that it applies for. So we'll just say everything. And then at the end of this, we're going to enter a patient signature. So my signature in this scenario, I'm underneath 18. So it also asks for a personal representative or guardian signature as well. So again, we have the guardian sign and the relationship to their parent. We'll say this was my father who signed. And we're going to hit done here. Now that patient check-in is done. So what the patient's actually going to do is at this point hand the iPad over to the secretary, and then once the secretary gets that, they're going to follow this next step here where they assign this to the doctor. So we're going to hit assign to doctor, and you can choose from the list of doctors here. So ideally this just says healthcare admin, but in our scenario it may be different types of doctors. So I'm just going to assign it to healthcare admin, and then after I do that, I'm just going to hit done. So what this is going to do is submit this record to the server. So the patient is now in the system, like they've registered, they're ready to go. And then the device on the right-hand side, you're going to see here, should get a notification in just a minute. So next you're going to see that your device is going to get a notification. This is the doctor, so my right-hand side of the screen is the iPhone I have. So I got a notification, new records have been assigned. That means basically a patient is in and I'm ready to see them. So I'm going to open up the patient visit form, open up these details about the patient here, just so I can see this is Benjamin. And what I want to do is open up under for doctor use only, open up this patient visit form. So what we're going to do is we're going to have it populate the patient name. Again, we can enter their date of birth that it would be, the service date of when they are coming in, the event provider, the room number, accompanied by all those types of high-level details about this. And are they coming in for a health exam, yes or no? We'll just say yes. Again, here you're going to be taking the head circumference, some vital signs, blood pressure, the weight, height, all these details that you would take on a normal patient visit. And any allergies that they have, we'll say it's these list of them here. You can enter your other allergy. Again, the many different medications that they may be on. So again, just open-ended text area. And then if there's any like parental concerns, since I'm under 18, if my parent is there, they would also ask those questions as well. Now in this scenario, you can go and enter any past medical history. So was this an illness? What date did this happen? So this was today, and we'll say I fell down. We'll hit done. And then we could actually enter one-to-many pieces of past medical history here. So we'll say this was a surgery, and I had this 3 years ago, a few days ago, and I had broken arm. and then we can hit done here, and you can enter as many pieces of past medical history as you want. And then again, reaction to immunizations, another text field. Now at the end of this, you can go in and sign off as the doctor filling out this, and you can hit done. And at this point, basically the patient visit is now over. You can hit done and sync this record up to the server, which at this point is going to store all the information that was captured throughout this form on the server side of things for further analysis. So now if we look at the iFormBuilder server side of things, we'll be able to see the information that has been captured is stored on the iFormBuilder cloud, and then it can be forwarded to any of your backend systems. So that may be a SQL server, a database server, a patient medical record, anything of that sort. Data can be directly integrated into those systems. So what I'm opening up now is the details about the visit I just conducted. So I just scrolled through everything there. And at this point, what you can do is you can just PDF this document, and then you could email it out to somewhere or store it in your other system. It's entirely up to you what you want to do after the data has been collected. But again, this is one example of how iFormBuilder is being used in the healthcare space. Thanks again for watching.